Hello and welcome back to another popcorn chat. I hope you guys are doing well. In this video, we're going to be speaking about Ryan Coogler's latest film, Sinners. I heard Ryan Coogler talking so much about the different film formats used within this film and shooting on IMAX cameras. I knew I had to go and see it in an IMAX screen, and that was definitely the best way to see it, with that sound system, seeing different aspect ratios changing in various points in the film just really added to the immersive feel that this film has. One of the clear things with this film is how Ryan Coogler is able to balance various themes throughout, such as racism, slavery, relationships, freedom, and a sense of community. It's all there within this film, and I don't feel like any of it's prioritized over the other. It's all really well balanced. This film is scary and it's sexy. Straight away, you are met with jump scares at the beginning of this film, which kind of set up where the direction of the film is going. And I could definitely feel people in my screening jumping around at these moments. And I think the sound design and editing really helped to add the scare factor so early on. The scariness then subsides and comes back within the second half of the film when the vampires show up and try and sort of coerce these people outside and to join them. There are various relationships happening within this film, whether it's new ones or old flames. There's a lot going on and it gets pretty spicy. And it's definitely those connotations you have with vampire films, that they're sexy and sort of alluring. However, it's more of the human dynamic, which is where the relationships are and the sort of sensuality, rather than the vampires in this film, which I thought was really interesting, and I could probably delve more into that. Sinners creates space for excellent performances. My personal favourites were from Miles Caton, who plays one of our protagonists. He is a singer and was cast in this role, not just for his voice, but I think he brings a very much grounded performance and soulful performance with his voice. And I was genuinely really blown away when he started singing. And I think he does a great job, but you couldn't tell he hadn't really acted in a feature film before. So I think he really kind of carries this film. On top of that, my other performance has to be the opposite, our antagonist, Jack O'Connell, who plays Remick in this film. So he started out in a TV show in the UK called Skins, and now he's off in Hollywood doing much bigger films like Unbroken and 71. And I think he's a great actor, and I think his kind of typecasting and the roles he chooses were very much, ideal for this film. And I think his sort of Irish history as well really plays into the narrative and the sort of folklore that comes with it. And I think he was just a great villain. I think he's going to be up there in terms of vampire legends. We're not talking about spoilers in this video, but if you've seen the film, we're going to be talking about that scene that happens in the juke joint. It's just so beautifully crafted, from the filmmaking, the storytelling, and it transports us through time and space, showing the importance of music and the impact of blues music, not only on the Black community, but just humans alike, and the music we consume today and in the past. I think it's just really interesting, and it really connected with me on an emotional level. It just started happening. I got goosebumps and then I just started crying. And I think that's a real testament to Ryan Coogler and his filmmaking style and the world building, everything up until that point, and his camera movements, his performances. Just to even think of a concept like that was so amazing and just really connected with me and had me crying. Ludwig Göransson's soundtrack for this is just absolutely amazing. I think he really encapsulates the blues music and the time period in which this film is set. There are some great moments where he matches certain sound beats to what's happening on screen, which you don't see enough in films. And I really appreciated that, and just completely was like, wow, did everyone see that? So it just really enhanced the experience from his design. I think there was some really sort of funky beats in there that I'm going to go away and listen to, whether it's the dancing songs or more kind of, thematic character work. I think it's all in there. So he's definitely becoming a real interesting composer to go and watch. There are a few little gripes I have with this film. One of the things being the fact that I expected a lot more vampire time on screen. We have a little bit at the beginning of the film, and like I say, it kind of is pushed to the background. It's building the context and the story of these characters, and then they come back in that sort of second half, even last third, and that's really when the action kicks in. So I would have liked to have seen a little bit more vampires on screen. I was kind of sold that this was a vampire film, and it's much more of a drama and kind of looking at communities, cultures, and the time period and the relevance of that in America especially. But I just wanted a little bit more vampires, and they could have maybe had a little bit more spread throughout. As a vampire fan, more vampires, please. This is definitely a much slower film than I anticipated, and you feel that in the first half. It builds, and it allows time to develop backstories for these characters, their relationships, who they are and who they were, in order to tell this story. However, there were moments for me where I did feel the pacing drop. Obviously, it was quite limited. As soon as they get into the barn, they're locked in one location, so that is inevitably gonna happen, I feel. And with horrors, they're normally sort of a tight 90 minutes, and this is far past that. So maybe it's my expectations and the limited location, but I did start to feel the pacing off in a few scenes. Other than that, I really enjoyed Sinners, and it deals with a lot of themes and issues, not only that happened back then, but unfortunately still happening now. So I think more than ever, we should go out to the cinemas and watch films like this to understand that we are all human, of course. Sinners is out in cinemas everywhere now, so go and check it out. Find the biggest screen you can to watch it, because trust me, you'll appreciate it. If you've seen Sinners, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'd love to check those out. Thank you so much for watching this review. I'll see you guys very soon for another popcorn chat.